Hey everyone, it's Bear. Happy Venus Day and also happy Cancer full moon. I want to hop on and just say a couple of words about the Cancer full moon because it's already after the exactitude of this lunation, or this phase of the lunar cycle here where I am. And yeah, just a couple of quick thoughts. I know plenty of people are saying a lot about this one, and the things that I've been thinking most about in terms of this moment is that this Cancer full moon is the last one that we're going to experience for a few years, where the moon is in Cancer, all bright, full, illuminated. Up until just about half an hour ago, we were experiencing still the waxing light of the moon, the growing light of the moon in Cancer, free from the sight of Saturn or Mars, free from the gaze of the malefics, as we say if we're trad daddies or trad chads here. And so what does this mean? It means that the moon, the moon who's responsible for how we digest the things that we're observing and we turn them into experiences, right? How we digest the things that we are living and somatize them into feelings, right? And our own lived experience is experiencing this fullness that is free from the strife of Mars, from the conflict of Mars, is free from the heavy emotional weightiness of Saturn, potentially, right? Or another way of thinking about this is next year when we experience the full moon in Cancer again, Saturn is going to be in Pisces. Saturn will see the moon. We won't have that same type of experience that we're having today, where the moon's fullness in a sign where, so I'm trying on this alternate language here, right? When we say the moon or any planet rules another sign, we're using this really old language that comes from astrology emerging out of royal courts, and it's about legal administration and about empire, right? And so I'm trying on this other language that's a little bit more ecological. But it's a work in progress. So the idea that I'm trying out here is, instead of planets having a domicile, they have a niche, right? So instead of the moon ruling Cancer, the moon excels in the niche of Cancer. And if we want to think about exaltation, I'm trying out this idea that exaltation has this sort of stewardship connotation, but maybe that's not quite right. But it's sort of the realm or the flavor of what I'm trying to point out is this kind of embedded biological, organic relationality. At any rate, the moon belongs in Cancer. Everything about the niche of Cancer fits the moon. Everything about the moon fits Cancer. And the moon is most powerful when the moon is full, when full of light. The moon is full of light without the heaviness of Saturn, without the spicy spikiness of Mars today. What does that mean for any particular individual? It's going to depend on your chart, right? Everybody who's into astrology, or as you get deeper into astrology, you'll learn that how a transit plays out for you specifically depends on your individual chart. But barring that, I think we are all very likely to experience a little bit more ease with just being in our bodies, experiencing what it is we're experiencing, maybe free from long-term, cold, hard fact calculations about what this means, or free from the driving, pressing, aggressive externalizing that happens, right? If we can just be with the moon instead of making it mean something forever and trying to etch it in stone, Saturn words, instead of needing to go out there and do something with it, Mars words. I think today is an invitation for us to just really experience what it is to experience being us in our bodies. So that's so simplistic, it sounds like I'm saying nothing at all, but it's not easy necessarily. And that's maybe one of the tricky things with some of these experiences, or trying to point to some of the spiritual teachings maybe that come alongside astrology. So this particular Cancer full moon, my advice to anybody who's still thinking or still looking at different astrological takes on this lunation is to focus as much as you can on simply being with what is happening, so that you can use today as a baseline point of reference for what it's like to just be in the space of experiencing. If you have a practice with mindfulness, then maybe the parallel there is what mindfulness training prepares us for. Just being in those really intense, charged moments where we're feeling spiky and aggressive and a lot of friction and strife, right? We're going to get more of that. The moon's about to go into Leo. And when the moon does move into Leo for us, we will be back in the heaviness of that Saturn moon opposition from Aquarius and Leo that we've been experiencing for the last couple of years. But today is like this really blessed moment of reprieve. So yeah, if you're able to, drink some more water. That's a good way to get in touch with the moon. Think about what nourishes you, what feeds you, what sustains you in a way that feels comfortable. The things that make you feel safe and secure. Those are other moon things. My hope for you is that you're experiencing today's moon in Cancer free from the gaze of the malefics in a way that's similar to what I'm experiencing, which is things just flowing easily and good things coming. So if you're experiencing newness, if you're finding new invitations, if you're having conversations with folks, and you are thinking about plans for the future that could materialize and concretize in a good way, because the moon does bring that. The moon in the Orphic hymns is called the bright giver of good grace and the bringer of completion. If we think about some other moon words like matter and mother, there is a shared root there, at least in the Proto-Indo-European languages and that language stream. Mother, matter, moon, Cancer, it's about materializing and coming into being in a material, embodied way. And so my hope for you today is that you're getting a chance to experience embodiment, and that you can, to the best of your ability, remember this moment. The moon is associated with memory. Remember today, what does it feel like to be embodied in your experience, to experience embodiment? Because in the coming days and weeks and months ahead, we will be pressed. We will be pressed and we will be prodded, like, right, Mars with the little spiky arrow. We will be pressed and prodded to do a lot, and to expend a lot of the energy that today hopefully is giving you the opportunity to sort of refuel and recharge with all of those nourishing activities. So those are my few quick thoughts. Hello to everyone. I'll try to actually press these wave buttons. Thank you for tuning in, but thank you also in advance for tuning into your body, tuning into the moon, and tuning into this moment. It's good work that the world needs. So thank you. Have a good day.